Well, here we go. We got Nachoa kicking off the war, coming in against General X, using a little bit of the Root Rider action right now. We got 7 Valk, 7 Root Riders. We've got an Ice Golem thrown in here, and just the singular Overgrowth spell. So let's see how this goes, as we're going to use a Skelly spell with our Siege Barracks down at this 6 o'clock side of the base, and then we're also going to use our Queen over at 9 just to clear up that end of the funnel, just to make sure that all of our Root Riders and Valks behave themselves, go straight into the base around this 7, 8 o'clock side, directly into this gold storage, multi-archer, and then scatter shot. Unfortunately, one of our Peckers is going to take considerable damage, but it's providing a little bit of tanking, though. Unfortunately, we are undergoing the Warden Eternal Tome at the moment, so the tanking could have hopefully been used elsewhere as the 3 Ice Golems do pop out. We've got the Poison Dow. We're also experiencing a little bit of dizziness right now, going around this NATO spell. And now the Town Hall is also active. So we haven't got any Warden Tome. We have got 3 freezes, which we're currently not investing. But we have used the Overgrowth spell, shut off half of these defenses on the other side. But a Ricochet Cannon and a Scatter Shot in the Town Hall is very, very painful, as these Super Barbs coming in across the whole left-hand side of the base are going to trigger a few Teslas. So aren't really going to get too much further than just clearing a little bit of this trash, as the King is now undergoing a lot of heat from that single burner. So we do chuck down that freeze spell. Monolith is distracted on this Root Rider at the top as the Queen goes to ability. She's going to be able to clear it, no problem. But the King has the Phoenix out right now. We're going to use the freeze spell, which is again, not to the best ability, as he was tanking it whilst he was invulnerable, and now the RC, who is invisible with a bunch of hogs, is going to come through and just clean up the remaining defense, which is that single Inferno Tower. And now it's just a question of how long it's going to take to finish cleaning up the remainder of these trash buildings on the outside. And it's looking like this hit is going to come through at 1 minute 40. So not too bad of an opening time, but not the fastest in the world. So it's definitely leaving a little bit of wiggle room for Synchronic to come through and sort of gain some momentum on a faster average attack duration. And here we go. We got Philip coming in for the second hit of the war in on Kingsman. And he's going to be bringing some E-Drags here. He's just switched out that Blimp for a Stone Slammer. We do not have any Zap spells, so it's not looking like we're going to be taking out any sweepers before the hit starts, as the Queen is just going to come in at this 12 side. The King is going to come down at about 8 o'clock, as we're going to send in all of our E-Drags. And differently to sort of normal E-Dragons attacks, we do have a whole lot of Super Barbs, so just speed up that cleanup a little bit more. Also meaning that we can bunch our E-Drags a little bit closer, so they pretty much just cover the entirety of this double Rage drop right about now. Slightly different to using like a singular E-Drag on each of the outsides. We've got the double Ice Golem making their way down towards the King. He has used his ability, so he's going to go to Phoenix. So potentially they are going to reroute up towards the Queen in a moment, which looks like they do not, as the E-Drags in the core of the base spinning round and round. We got the Town Hall frozen. The Stone Slammer is very weak, but it should still be enough to grab the Town Hall with that Super Drag coming out. Frozen Monolith is also down as well. Looks like that disappeared in the frozen state. And we've now got 4 more E-Dragons. Unfortunately, the Queen has gone down, but we have got these 3 healers coming directly across the base. I'm not sure if it's going to be too relevant for the remainder of this hit, as the E-Drags have not passed that way. But if they do survive and make their way towards the Eagle Artillery, it looks like we've already triggered a SAM and a Red Air Mine as well. So these low health E-Drags, which do actually survive beyond the multi as well, are looking quite safe to make their way to the Eagle Artillery. But the Royal Champion with our Hog Puppet out and about is going to be clearing that right before its eyes. And this is still going to be a triple. And at this rate, it looks like it's ever so slightly faster than the hit that just came through from Milliceme MG. But, I mean, this E-Drag is slow, the Hogs are slow, and I could have jinxed it a little bit, as the Lab is the last remaining building, and it is actually going to be a little bit slower. So next up is Kingsman coming in on Einstein. It's looking like they're going from 5, 4, 3 all the way up to 1. And he's going to be bringing in some Root Riders and some Valkyries. But this time we've got a Zap combination going on, 6 Zaps and 1 Quake spell. So probably going to be going for like one of the multi-archer Ricochet cannons. But we'll have to just see that in just a moment, as he's sort of using his 30 seconds to the fullest here, getting the most time in there for preparation. And here we go. We're going to start with King and Queen, and then Siege Barracks following off, just starting over at this left-hand side of the base. And there it is. We're actually going to be zapping out the Monolith and the Invisibility Spell Tower. So I got that completely wrong. And it also looks like the placement of the Quake was fantastic as well, to not even activate the Town Hall. So really, really nice, and the Queen and King will be able to survive that a little bit longer, as the King is engaging with the defensive CC. He has gone to ability already, so we will not have that for later, as all the Root Riders and Valks are being sort of completely covered by this Warden Eternal Tome as they make their way into the core of the base. The single is probably going to take out one of the Root Riders, as it just did switch over to another one with that full beam locked on to the immune Root Rider for a second. The Queen, however, is about to pop her ability, and the King is still stuck in that left-hand side of the base after these Ice Golems with a Tesla and a couple Skellies on him, so potentially going to see him popping his Phoenix in a second right about now. And the Queen is... oh, she's going to survive a little bit longer with a perfectly timed freeze there. And the King just about makes it through. He does find the Nado as well, which is kind of nice. But we have a lot of army coming down from this 2 o'clock side all the way down towards the Town Hall. And there is not much to stop it either. It is going to be relatively quick as well. But it's all a question of whether or not how healthy this... gold storage is at the bottom, as that super wall breaker also pulls out a couple extra skellies, which might cause this hit to just take a little bit longer. But we do have Valks in there, and Valks are very, very speedy with that circular motion attack, which does wipe away skellies, and that is going to be a triple coming in from Kingsman in about a minute and a half as well. There we go. We got Simon coming in on a Choa. So see if we can get a little bit of revenge for someone who's already hit and tripled in the wall already. It's a bit of a box-based style layout. We've got another bit of Roots Riders, Valks, and some super bars for cleanup purposes, but this time we're bringing a jump, as we are going to sort of full send in towards the Town Hall. Here comes the Apprentice Warden. Hopefully everything is down as the Siege Barracks does come down. We're about 12 seconds in, and just everything's almost down already. As the Rage spell goes off, Warden Tome come to protect everyone through that Town Hall poison, as the Root Riders do progress beyond the Town Hall, as it's not yet active and treated as a defensive building. And we're pretty much in the core. The only person still sort of lagging behind and in the poison for a second longer is going to be the Warden, but it's not too problematic, as he has a lot of troops in front of him tanking. As the King has taken that jump, he's going to, with his ability, pretty much clear the entire thing as that multi-arch tower goes down. Down goes the multi-mortar. He's then making his way a little bit further and finds the Nado as well, which is actually kind of nice, as he only has an arch tower on him. The Siege Barracks Hogs are popping out and making their way through the opposite compartment, with that other multi-archer tower going down right about now. And with the Royal Champion bursting her ability, there really isn't much base, and this is rapid. Like, I mean, we've just eclipsed the 1 minute mark right now, and it's going to be a 1 minute and 5 second triple coming in from Simon, and I think that is very, like, fast enough in order to retake the lead, or not even retake it, just take it for the first time with average attack duration. And here we go. We got Tryhard coming in on Philip to initiate this third round of attacks, and he's coming in with the Zap-Lavaloon with 5 zaps. So where are we zapping? Usually this would be like some sort of multi-inferno, maybe with a cheeky little sweeper as well in air defense, but we'll just have to wait and see, as the Queen has popped that ability almost immediately. She's got the frozen arrow and the healer puppet, as the King is going to be wall breaking his way in towards this sort of Tesla farm, which has popped up around this 4 o'clock compartment, as the Ice Golem is going to go almost immediately, and down goes the poison spell tower, in fact, right in front of the Queen just here. But she's going to get locked onto by the single here. We do have 2 freezes, which we will have to burn one of them, because if it heats up way too far, being the glass cannon that she is, while using the frozen arrow, which locking straight back onto her again is not exactly what Tryhard wants to see. But for Synchronic, this is fantastic, as the RC is already burning her ability, the Hog Puppet going around. The King is about to go to the Phoenix, as he's going to be able to take out the Ricochet Cannon. The Queen is now going to deal with the defensive Ice Golem CC, as we're starting the Lala with a Blimp coming in from the 10 o'clock side with the Warden Tome. We're going to tome that Blimp. There is a Sweeper, which actually catches the Blimp as well, as it was sort of aggroed onto one of the loons. And the Queen just dealing with the third and final Ice Golem, as we also found the Nado in the core of the base, but the Yetis have no problem whatsoever dealing with that Town Hall, even with both the Poison Spell Tower and the Poison from the Town Hall. And this is looking very, very strong, as the only remaining defense is that air defense over at the 12 o'clock side of the base. But this hit is not going to be near to the speed in which Simon just hit. It is going to be very, very fast, especially considering it is a Zap-Lavaloon. But it is just going over the 1 minute 30 mark. And unfortunately for Millicene, it is putting the pressure back on to Synchronic, but it's not gaining them any grounds in terms of average attack duration. And here we go. We got Einstein in on Hawk, aka Mammoth, coming in with a bit of a Zap-Lalo of his own. So we're not seeing exclusive Lalo hits. Einstein, who hit a very, very nice Queen Charge Lalo in the On Fire YT Invitational earlier on today. But yeah, where are we zapping with the the 6 zaps in the singular Quake? We do have a Skelly as well for distraction purposes. Only the 2 freezes though. We have brought a poison, and a poison is super duper important, as we are going to zap out the Monolith, Multi-Archer, and Inferno Tower, so phenomenal value there, as the King and Queen are going to start over at this top side of the base. King in at the 1 o'clock, will break him in directly into the Ricochet Cannon, as well as the Multi-Inferno. He's going to pop his ability almost immediately, makes his way over to that Ricochet. Down it goes. Hopefully the Multi goes down as well before he has to engage with the Ice Golems. And indeed it does, and hopefully if it gets one more hit on it, it's going to pretty much clear the remainder of them, as the Queen is being supported by the Ice Golem, as the Lalo comes in with a Blimp over at this 8 o'clock side of the base. Nice and controlled tome, as the Blimp does make it. Down goes the Rage and the Freeze. Out pops a bunch of Yetis. The Loon's going to get pushed away, and I think that swept Loon actually triggered the Nado trap, which is kind of unfortunate for Einstein here, but no problem whatsoever, as the Loons are going to path around the Townhall poison here as it does wear off, and there are no more defenses on this base. All that's left is just that Builder Hut and Air Sweeper, which the Royal Champion under ability will have no problem taking out. And now it's how quickly can we get to clearing all of these outside trash buildings with this storage down at the 6 o'clock. Probably going to be the last building to go down, but with 1 minute and 40 and just pretty much the entire Lalo still standing, a whole load of hogs coming through. It's going to be a sorry, I missed this workshop even further down. It's going to be a triple in 1 minute, probably about 29 there. So very, very fast again. Here we go. We've got Hawk responding just after being tripled, coming in on mark, as he's going to start with the baby dragon just to clear this Builder Hut. We sent a whole load of sneakies to complete the funnel at this 2 o'clock side, and here comes the siege barracks after a little bit of tanking action from a I think it's just a Valk on that Wizard Tower, as everything is going to nicely make its way in towards the 12 o'clock side of the base, though we have not yet dropped the Queen, which there she is over at the 3 o'clock. If you weren't watching, you miss her, as she's also going to burn her ability pretty much immediately, as we are rocking the Frozen Arrow and the Healer Puppet for a Hawk over here. We are going to drop that Overgrowth in the core of the base. It's actually a fantastic Overgrowth, reaching from the Town Hall all the way over to the Monolith, though the Town Hall is not yet active, but as we do sort of clear more, as the time associated with the Overgrowth spell sort of elapses, that will eclipse that 51%, 50% percentage destruction on the base. So the Town Hall currently is active, even though it is currently a statue. King burning his ability. He is going to run around, so he's not going to continue to smash that wall, as we do have a one-tile dead zone gap there, and it's looking like all of these Root Riders have sort of misbehaved themselves and joined the Queen on the outside. The King is in no man's land with absolutely no tanking. There is a chance that he's going to get through and clear this Eagle Artillery, but he does have a Phoenix. The only issue is there's going to be a lot more other defenses starting hitting him as well, as he is going to be forced to come back to life with the Phoenix popping out of that eggshell, and not going to be quite enough to take out the Eagle Artillery. And with this core, it's looking very scary. There's a lot of damage. This Eagle is not going to go down. We're going to have shots raining on us for the remainder of the hit. And yes, we do have the Frozen Arrow, but we do not have the Queen ability, because we did pop that at the beginning of the hit. So Hawk is in considerable danger here of one-starring, as he does use his last freeze spell, and down goes the Queen to the scatter shot. This is going to be a 1-star, so time is no longer an issue. If Synchronic are able to keep hitting these 3-stars, then they will just make it mathematically impossible for Millicene to come back. But if they do sort of 2-star, 2-star, depending on the percentage here, we could have both a tiebreaker associated to time or just a percentage win for either side. Here we go, General X taking on Temper. So a little bit of reported action from last year with the old teammates going at it. We're going to start off with the Root Riders. We've got the Warden, we've got the Apprentice Warden down. Down goes the King with a couple of Super Barbs. I think that's to sort of make sure he behaves himself and steps in with the remainder of the armor. We've got the Log Launcher, which is going to be tomed as well. Pretty much going on its own. It has cracked open a wall in towards the core of the base, and as this Log Launcher does get a little bit closer to these buildings, it does do a little bit more damage, because its point blank damage is a little bit stronger than what it does from when the log is rolling. So far so good. Unfortunately, the log launcher is going to get frozen up in the core of the base, but there is nothing on top of it. It is going to continuously lose damage, but sorry, lose health, but it is going to actually be able to open a significant amount of walls here and actually make it so that the Yeti's coming out of the CC can grab that monolith, and when it's raged up and frozen the Town Hall and the spell tower, we're going to take that down. Unfortunately, the king is going to come and say hello to these Yetis as a free spell does go down, but these raged up Yeti mites on the Town Hall and the RC to provide a little bit of assistance, that's going to go down no problem. Locking in the second star. The king is probably going to be going to Phoenix any second. There he goes, down in the 6 o'clock compartment, as the queen is dealing with a couple more trash. And in terms of defensive buildings that's still standing, we only have the multi-archer, the expo, the builder hut, and the air defense, and 2 of them have already gone down. So there's only 4 buildings remaining. We've got a Phoenix, so as long as this builder hut goes down to the Phoenix, everything is going to go down whatever happens, because that is a ground bow, and that is a nice triple coming through from General X to sort of continue this perfect form in this war right now. Yeah, the hit is supposed to go in at 5 minutes plus or minus 30 seconds. It is a missed hit from Temper. And here we go, we got Mark doing the final hit of the war, who is coming in with a 7 Zap Root Rider hit this time. So we've got 14 Super Barbs. We've only got 6 Valks with us this time, so not very heavy on the Valks. We've got the Queen starring her way as we're going to zap away. Oh my god, a beautiful one. So we zapped away, what was that, an Inferno, a Ricochet, and a Rage Spell Tower as the Root Riders are going to come in down at this 5-6 o'clock side, directly in towards the Expo and towards the multi-archer. We do pull a Tesla, which hopefully won't be too problematic, as we did do a great job in funneling by the zaps at the start of the hit. And the Queen is going to be stepping up a little bit closer, going to go AD and then hopefully on towards, ooh, another Tesla pops up. I was going to say the Eagle Artillery, but no, taking away that Tesla as well is actually fantastic, because it means that the Root Riders are then forced to move to the left-hand side of the base, but one of them moving over probably isn't too bad as well, just opening a bit more of the base up. And with the siege barracks coming down at this 9 o'clock side, everything is moving nicely. Down goes the Town Hall. In towards the Town Hall poison though, which is a little bit problematic. I'm not sure what's going to pop out of this CC, but unfortunately we've actually lost all of our Root Riders, as the Queen has gone to ability. Out pops her healers from the puppet. King becoming nice and huge, going to take out that monolith, and then he's going to step up after slashing through all those goblins. I take it back, he's gone outside. I was hoping he was going to go into the coral base and take out the expo. But no problem at all. The healer actually pulls the Nado. Shouldn't be too problematic for the RC, as she's going to walk straight on past that, still holding on to her ability, which is actually going to be a Hog Puppet and Haste Vial. So we have got a lot more troops as these super minions rain down rockets on top of this ground expo and then make their way a little bit closer to the scatter shot. Down that goes. The little minion's going to take out the RC pad. And now it's a question of whether or not we have enough. Or with an RC with a Fox still with the abilities in pocket and the Fox still alive, I think we are looking good for this to finish up as a triple. And this is going to be a perfect war coming in from Synchronic Gaming and Mark getting the job done. So well done to them. And it's going to be a 15-10 win for Synchronic after Temper unfortunately missed his attack.